Hi, my friends, it's your tour guide to the wrestling side, me, Preston E. And on this video, we'll take a look at Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman and how I think they can eventually fit into the Wyatt Six. Longtime wrestling fans know that both Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman both have strong ties with Bray Wyatt. Braun Strowman was once the black sheep of the Wyatt family, joining the OG members of Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan. Alexa Bliss herself in 2020 joined The Fiend / Bray Wyatt in one of the few actual good things to come out of that butthole of a year. It all started strong with the two of them, but quickly went off the rails once The Fiend was buried by Randy Orton. Alexa Bliss started talking to a winking doll named Lily. Orton saw a double of himself, and he started throwing up black goo. It was enough to make one understand why Orton was throwing up so much in that storyline. Thus far, the Wyatt Six has been pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Sure, there has been some weird hiccups here and there, with Chad Gable getting human whack-a-mole on the initial night the Wyatt Six showed up, and having a head wound that would put a MASH patient to shame, and he came back next week with just a bandage on his head, but I digress. I guess he's Chuck Norris now or something. Anyway, the presentation of the Wyatt Six has been pretty sick so far, and that's sick in the good way, not having diarrhea or throwing up black goo sick. However, most fans, myself included, thought Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss would have been a part of this group. Braun Strowman, as of this recording, is in a feud with fellow meaty mammoth man Bronson Reed, as Alexa Bliss is still not returned from maternity leave. As soon as she does, I believe things between Team Little Big, Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss, will heat up with the Wyatt Six. Now, both of these two, I believe, will be targets of the group, as Braun feuded with Bray back in 2020, as Alexa Bliss stabbed Bray in the back and helped Orton pick up a win against The Fiend persona at WrestleMania in 2021. I believe Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman will try to unite together to stave off trying to be targeted by the Wyatt Six, but the numbers game will eventually overcome them. As time marches on, I picture a scenario where a power-hungry Joe Gacy gets tired of being a follower of Uncle Howdy and wishes to rule the group for himself, much like he once was a leader of his own cultish group, the Schism. Much like the Bloodline and the Judgment Day eventually had rifts in their respective groups, and offshoots have happened, I see a rift happening here, as Eric Rowan will stay true to Uncle Howdy as Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Nikki Cross attack them to try and take control and run roughshod. With Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan in dire straits, not the old school rock band, I see them joining forces with Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss as sort of an old school Wyatt family to take on this new school renegade group of Gacy, Cross, and Lumis. Now I see this happening in a year, probably more, as the Wyatt Six is relatively new and needs time to cook for a while before faction warfare in that group happens. Until then, I see the Wyatt Six feuding with the Judgment Day, Final Testament, and perhaps even the New Day. I now have a feeling we will get a swerve, bro, with Kofi Kingston and Odyssey Jones turning heel instead of Xavier Woods like a lot of people think, as Kofi Kingston gets tired of Xavier Woods holding him back and uses Odyssey Jones as his heavy to help him reignite a new Kofi Mania, heelish style this time. And you know how the Wyatt Six likes to target those who stab family in the back. Now, it's entirely possible Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss do their own thing without the Wyatt Six, but I think both being on Raw and the history with the Wyatt family that they both have, it will be too tempting to keep them from interacting with the Wyatt Six for too long. Perhaps Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman join the Wyatt Six after either feuding with them or maybe they'll just join the team peacefully. Either way, I can see Braun donning a revamped black sheep mask as Alexa Bliss perhaps gets a grotesque version of a lily mask. Just one more thought before I shut up. Maybe Braun Strowman doesn't join the Wyatt Six as the black sheep. Maybe Braun Strowman, in fact, joins the Wyatt Six as a whole new character, Uncle Harper. As you may well remember, in 2022, the WWE trademarked the names Uncle Howdy and Uncle Harper. Of course, we got to see Uncle Howdy, but we never got to see the character, Uncle Harper. Perhaps Braun Strowman would fill a role for that character, as other than Eric Rowan, he's the one living member connected to Bray Wyatt who has the closest ties to Luke Harper. What do you think? Let me know what you think of this scenario that I pretty much pulled out of my butt. I thought of all this stuff on the toilet the other night. Maybe it is a bunch of hot crap, but I think it's cool and could possibly happen. Drop your comments down below. I'm out, don't you know?